Welcome back to the fourth and final video on the final paper. In the first three videos, we looked at the mechanics of pulling together the information that you need to complete this assignment. Now I'm going to give you some guidance on how to pull it all together. Okay, so let's look back at well, first of all, we agreed that you could use the same country for your final paper as you did with your global project. That's not a problem because you're really not looking up the same data. This paper will count as your final exam. No late papers will be accepted, and you will need to do a desk side presentation and keep it to 5 minutes or less. In the final paper, if you want to nominate someone from your group to present it, that's fine. There's really not going to be enough time for everyone to speak. So let's talk about part one. In part one, you're going to describe the product. You're going to indicate whether or not you'll be importing or exporting. You're going to select a Schedule B number or an HTS classification number. Indicate the duty rate and in what quantities you will report the data. Indicate whether or not you will use a trade agreement. Does the article require a license, and what will your supply chain look like? If you answer all these questions, part one will be complete for you. When we start talking about the country, you're going to select the country in which your trading partner will be and research some cultural aspects and business etiquette. Indicate whether or not the country has a trade agreement with the U.S. and describe it. Estimate your shipping cost. And then I want you to go to Google and search for the Office of Foreign Asset Control and find out whether or not you need a license to ship to the country. So let's look at the Office of Foreign Asset Control. If you start out at Google and you type in the Office of Foreign Asset Control, it will come up just like that. Now you'll go to the About screen, which is how it should come up from Google. And let me make this a little larger so you can see it. You will see that there are different offices under the drop-down menu. You want to stick with terrorism and financial intelligence and select an office within terrorism and financial intelligence. It's Office of Foreign Asset Control. Okay, so then hit go. All right, and then you will see under the Resources tab that they have all the list relating to the different sanctions and different things that are affecting the financial environment that impact international business. Okay, so there should be country level controls, other sanction programs, and country information. Now in a real life transaction, you would check the non-proliferation list, counterterrorism, counter-narcotics, and then also this other sanctions program and country information. And if you look down the list, you can see if there have been any sanctions levied against the countries that you're dealing with. So look them up there and let us know if you need a license to ship to your country. Okay, so we've gone over Office of Foreign Asset Control. Okay, now in part 3, you're going to perform a risk assessment on the country by answering the following questions. What does the State Department say about this country? Are there travel advisories or warnings in place? Then you're going to visit the website transparency.org and find out what transparency.org says about the country. At what level do they estimate the corruption risk? See if Global Edge has any information on the risk factors in the country. Do a little baseline research about the economic, political, and social stability of the country, and then indicate what the pros and cons are of selecting that country. When you finish all of these questions, when you include these questions in your paper will be complete. Let me know if you have any questions. You can text message me, and I'll try to answer right away. But just keep in mind that I realize that this can be a challenging assignment, and I'm just expecting you to make the effort to get to the best possible answers, knowing that in the real world you would delve much deeper in this topic because you would need to be absolutely sure. Thank you.